It's only a little later than I meant to start doing this at, but not actually too late for this here. Um, it is time to do some Hearthstone, as you might guess from the title here. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
I'm going to go ahead and break in this channel for you.
excellent, thank you. This is literally the point of it.
hmm
So, MightyDicktron's here as well.
I am. How you doing?
Doing good. I've been having a pretty good day.
That's excellent.
So, how about you?
I had a fine day. I made a shepherd's pie.
Ooh,
That was good.
nice. Nice.
Made a shepherd's pie. I beat the devil out of some bread so I could knead it. When I mentioned bread making ASMR stream with Hearthstone, that was a possibility, whether or not I did that earlier in the day or right now. I smartly chose to do it earlier, but I could have been beating bread right now if I wanted to.
Just I am going to I need to punch bread for the next I don't know as long as
15 to a half hour,
okay. Well, that's not too bad.
depending on how much gluten I want to actually put into the dough. And typically, I want to put a lot of gluten into the dough because that's just good for bread.
All right. So, doing an arena, and as by the title, you can probably tell that we're doing a shaman. This time we had choices on Shaman, Druid, and Paladin, and Shaman was the one that both most interested me, and I think was the one we haven't done in the longest time. So, I always have fun with Shaman. They have some good elemental stuff in this set, too, so.
Yeah.
Alright.
Typically, Druid is my favorite, but I'm actually not particularly fond of Druid from Ungoro,
The problem I have with Druid from Ungoro is I don't like their rares.
which is surprising, I feel like, because Druid typically gets pretty good rares.
Yes, it does. So yeah, this first pick looks like we're picking a 2-mana 3/2 with no text.
Yeah, sounds good.
Which, well, honestly, it could have text, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean too with Druid generally having like good rares too. I actually really like Living Mana. I've had a ton of fun with that card.
Living Mana seems pretty rad. Yeah, that's a solid one. But I thought that was a purple.
That's a purple which
Yeah.
purples show up pretty often in this, as is shown by our second card being also a purple.
hmm
Which is Earth Elemental versus two cards that are not named Earth Elemental, which sort of simplifies the choice, really.
Oh man, what if somehow we end up with like Overload Tribal and actually get a lot of things
Oh
that unlock
man,
them?
these two right here just combo well already. Like that's
Yeah.
enough.
On turn six, you just chop that Eternal Sentinel, and all of a sudden your turn six doesn't suck anymore.
Mm-hmm. All right, calling the finishers, Squirming Tentacle, and Worgen Infiltrator, known good one drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we've seen Murlocs doing things, but I still think Worgen Infiltrator is really good. So
Yeah, there's no reason to pass up a good one drop for a decent four drop.
mm-hmm. All right, back in some rares. I guess first blue for this one. Backroom Bouncer, Manatide, and our good buddy the Truck. Oh, we can't. Okay, it's too early to know or not if we're like super able to defend a Monetide Totem, but I really like the card.
The thing is that all three of these cards you kind of have to defend a little. So it's kind of choosing your choice of what card you want to try and protect.
Right. I think like Backroom Bouncer is the most neutral. Like even if you don't defend it, like usually it's still a passable body. Like that's fine.
And often it is just a 4 mana 6/4 on the turn you play it or similar. So
Yeah. Demolisher doesn't do anything unless you protect it. And Monetide Totem does things, even if you can't protect it, it'll cycle and gain you 3 health.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with totems. because
Okay.
because its effect is like more immediate than Demolisher and it has a higher upside than the Bouncer for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Murloc Raider. Oh boy. Tribal, but really this is Loot Hoarder versus a Hog Chopper, and a Loot Hoarder is what we call a playable 2-drop, so...
That's the most important thing in the world.
Yeah, especially one that, like, I'm not unhappy to draw late.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Loot Hoarder is good at every speed.
So we got some shocks. So we're not picking Frost Shock. We have Earth Shock as an option here, and then Spirit Claws. Spirit Claws being nerfed, so it's no longer as good, but it's also still pretty good.
Was Spirit Claws a 1 mana card at one point?
It was a 1-mana card for like 6 months.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
It was like around 6 months. It was a long time that was a 1-mana card, and was like very obviously a 1-mana almost Pyroblast for that entire time, which was pretty cool.
Right.
So now it's a 2-mana almost Pyroblast, which is similar. I don't know. Earth Shock's also really good. There's a lot of...
Earthshock is one of my favorite forms of silence.
Yeah, because a lot of the things you want to silence, you can also just off with a single point of damage. Things like the Scarlet Crusader, or in more recent cards, there's the egg dino thing that makes 2/1/1s when it dies, the 3/1 with Death Rattle.
There's also good old friend, what, Twilight Drake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twilight Drake just falls over dead to it. I like Earthshock. I like it a lot.
Too.
I don't know how much I like it over Spirit Claws, but I know I'm at least even on the two.
Spirit Claws has a 1 in 4 chance of turning on, I guess, just from a hero power, and that is pretty good.
Yeah. I think I think Spirit Claws even at 2 is still the better card, but this
Go
is
for it, then.
not me disparaging Earthshock. I really love the card. Oh, back to purples. This is number 3 here. Finders Keepers, Twilight Summoner, another card that you lose the game when it gets Earthshocked. And Leatherclad Hog Leader.
However, Finders Keepers is good because cards with Overload are typically good.
Yeah. I think we did the looking at what Finders Keepers could find. This was before rotation, and the worst case for Finders Keepers pre-rotation was like so you get the third worst card that has Overload, right? Like that's how it works. Because
Yeah.
you'd have to get the
What
worst
would
card.
the third worst card?
And like the third worst card with Overload was like Ancestral Knowledge, which is still a draw 2.
Yeah.
I think the others at that point were like Forked Lightning. We considered the second or like one of them because like Forked Lightning generally just kind of sucks and is a little too expensive on the Overload. And I'm trying to remember what the other one was. What?
The Wrath? Like the one that says fortify to everything?
No, I think we had that because like you can, again, it's like a choice, and you can use that as a the 2/5 Murloc probably was our other one. The one with it's like a 2/5 for 4 with Overload 1, and it's a Cult Master for your other Murlocs. But
Ah, right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway.
I'm confusing whether it has Overload, honestly.
right, because the card itself isn't even like. Anyway, all right. Next pick here, we have our choice of elementals and a card we're not picking. So, we get a 1-drop that leads to elemental plays, and also Fireflame Phoenix, which is just kind of a good card.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of amazing how it's like the middle ground between Ironforge Rifleman and
Fire Elemental.
well, I was gonna say like the Storm Commando.
That's also fair.
Yeah, but it's much closer to Fire Elemental. It's like, you compare this to the Stormpike Commando. All Stormpike Commando is shifting the stats and adding a mana, which is a really awful like trade-off. Firefly's really good though. I like the card a lot. I'm gonna pick the Phoenix though. Interaction is generally good. Oh boy, Murloc War Leader, we could have...
Caught up in Murlocs, guys.
This is our fourth purple. Faceless Shambler, which, like, can just be a dead card sitting in your hand, and Lotus Illusionist, which is a little bit below the curve, being a 3/5, but, like, if they don't have an answer to it, all of a sudden it turns into, like, a 6-drop, which I think on average adds 2 power to the card.
Yeah, and also will refresh its health and whatnot if it happens to have taken some damage for whatever reason.
Right. Like, and because it's a random 6, like, it obviously there's a very wide swath of this could turn into the 1/1 that has Battlecry make a 6/6, or it could turn into, like, some incredible 6-drops.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I like it. Again, on average, I think we check the average when the Moonglaive, whatever the Druid portal was, and it's around a 5/5, maybe a little bigger. So, good card. Yep. Ooh, Volcano.
Volcano blowout.
So, I did like an arena at some, like, I was just bored at one point and did an arena. I was doing phone Hearthstone, which is generally when I'm not doing the ones I'm streaming. I picked one of those Bittertide Hydras, the one that's like whatever it's damaged.
Oh my!
I
see where this is going.
You know where the story's going. I played it out on 5, and my opponent went, "That's nice, you die," and I'm like, "Oh, shit,
Nice.
right, you got that." So. And then, like, then I did it against a mage, and they're like, oh, sweet, and, like, they fired something like a bunch of arcane missiles at it, and I was just like, the Bittertide Hydra has a drawback. It's a good card, but it has a drawback. Anyway, Volcano.
I do like Volcano. Also, Sunfairy Protector is a consideration. Or Master, honestly. All three of these cards are good.
Right, I was going to say, there's no bad card there. I like Volcano because it's... Basically, Volcano is a really good board sweep that doesn't leave you super overloaded.
Yeah.
So, Stormcrack, Rockbiter Weapon, Worgen Infiltrator. Well, Rockbiter Weapon versus Stormcrack is kind of what I'm looking at here.
They're pretty similar cards.
Right.
Rockbiter Weapon can go to the head functionally, and also doesn't have overload.
Right. Though, if we have to use it on our face, we might take a couple points of damage using it. But it also, again, it can go to face. So
yeah,
it has favorable interactions with Wind Fury, but we're in the arena. That's not a real consideration. This is really just the two, and I don't think Worgen Infiltrator is better than either of the two pieces of interaction in this pack. What do I feel like on these? We don't have any.
Do you feel like we are going to have a harder time dealing with minions or actually killing our opponent?
Right, that's the question here. How much? Let me take a look at how much like burst we have. I'm gonna count Finders Keepers as burst damage because it's pretty likely to be able to pull Lightning Bolt or Lava Blast.
So it's like we have the actual burst damage that can go to the head. It's, I suppose, Spear Claws theoretically counts because you can just drop that, and maybe get the spell damage will do 3. Fire Plume Phoenix counts. And that's basically it, because Volcano can't go to the head, and...
Correct. We're early, so that's not like a huge consideration, but...
Yeah. And we could find something off Finders Keepers, I suppose. Yeah, like Lava Burst.
Right. We do have the Eternal Sentinel, which like can sort of offset the overload. I don't know if that's huge enough of a difference. Actually, honestly, the bigger thing is kind of the same thing with Spirit Claws. We could roll into like spell damage, and that makes Stormcrack better, and that's like something our hero power just does. So
that is true. And are there any good pickable creatures in Shaman with spell damage?
I'm trying to think if there's any that I'm not embarrassed to include in my deck. Azure Drake.
Yeah.
Azure Drake got thrown to wild, right? So that's not a consideration in the arena anymore.
I believe so, yeah.
I guess if Blood Mage Thalnos showed up, and I'm never super... I'm like Archmage and Ogre Magi, I'm like okay with in a deck. The other ones, like Dalran Mage and Cobalt Geomancer, I hate those cards. They are
Yeah.
not good. Oh yeah, I guess Malagos, sure. Like if we're
Yeah, Malagos. Whatever. That sounds good.
yeah,
Just make Volcano do 20 damage to everything. That sounds nice.
I'm gonna pick Stormcrack. Oh,
Okay, fair enough.
okay. How we doing on? So we got Corrupted Seer, Sweeper, which we aren't like in super need of with Volcano. We got the Galaka Crawler, which is a really good 2, and Servant of Kalimos, which we have 1, 2. We only have 2 elementals at the moment, but we're only a third through. I don't know how.
We could start picking more elementals more highly.
Right, and we're in a class that has some pretty good in-faction ones,
Oh, yeah.
as we see with Earth Elemental here. Like, we can go ahead and pick that way.
Like, if... Which class has the best in-faction elementals, do you think? Because I think it might actually just be Shaman.
I think it's Shaman. Like, I'd pick... So the thing is, like, I'd pick every Fire Elemental. I would pick every Earth Elemental. I would pick most of the, like, mid-range elementals in there are pretty high picks.
Yeah.
Like the Hot Spring Elemental, I think it's just called. Or the... I don't care about the 2-mana 1/1. That one's actually not very good unless you're playing... If you're not in a constructed deck.
Yeah.
The Galaka Crawler is in, like, every deck, and it sort of means that, like, pirates suck in the arena. It's really... Like, if your 2-drop is Bloodsail Raider, it's, like, 50% that you're gonna lose the game flat because your opponent, like, responds with Galaka Crawler, Necrotals you, and then has a 3/4 in play, and you're like... You got me.
They played inverse patches right there on you,
Yeah.
basically. They got the extra 1 point of power and toughness, and that's the
Yeah.
thing that made you lose instead.
I'm gonna go with Servant and see how we... Hopefully... Because I want to have Fire Elementals in this deck. And I guess
Yeah.
the Discover on them is very powerful, too. Like, if we can discover in-faction cards, we can discover Fire Elementals and be on curve.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Stormforge X, how you doing?
Oh, hell yeah. Stormforge Axe.
I'll take weapons that are pretty dang good. This thing is quite reliable in what it does. Knocks out Bloodfin Raptors, can do some extra damage to make 2s trade up. Works for me. Manatide Totem, the next, Questing Adventurer, and Spiked Hog Rider.
Is that the same Hog Rider that we've seen that? No, that's not the same one. I'm wrong.
Nah, this is the one that works.
Yes, this is the one that works and is good.
Yeah.
Questing Adventurer, Monetide Totem.
We already have a Monetide, so I'm not really attached to Monetide, and I'll be honest, the last time I saw a Questing Adventurer function was the year 2015. Like, Questing Adventurer doesn't work.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go with the Spiked Hog Rider.
sounds good.
Alright, Battle of the 4 drops. We got Worgen Greaser, Infested Tarn, and Dragonling Mechanic.
So Questing Adventurer is only good at a very specific point in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good early and it's not good late because it's a terrible top deck, and in the early game, it's going to die immediately because it's a 2/2 for 3.
Right, if you play it on 3, it's very likely it's just dead on the spot, and if you play it on, like, 6, that's where you kind of want it, and if you top deck it, it's worthless.
And if you played it on 6, you probably would have had a better turn just playing A6.
Right. Alright.
Infested Tauren, Dragonling Mechanic, or Worgen Greaser, huh?
Yeah, I feel like it's the... one of these two, Infested Tarn and... Eternal Sentinel unlocks Overload. That's to hover over it, and then I'll hover over that one for you. Okay.
Dragonling Mechanic actually summons more toughness total,
Well,
I think. No, they're the same, actually.
they're exactly the same, right? Like, Infested... We don't care about mechs. Infested Tauren would give us, like, some sort of taunt for the deck, which we only have Earth Elemental in. I'm gonna go with Infested Tauren.
You're not wrong. I think that's the better choice.
Right. Primal Infusion, no. Twisted Worgen, yes. And Pantry Spider, yeah. So, I'll take another 2 I like. Yeah, so, what we're saying about the Infested Tauren and the Dragonling Mechanic is they both have the exact same, like, stats total. They're both a Yeti.
Yeah.
You know,
just split in different ways. One through Death Rattle and one through Battle Cry, and also it's a 2/2 versus a 2/1. So
yeah, I don't
but they're worse against different classes, respectively.
Right. Hired gun versus Iron Fur Grizzly. Would you like the worst card? God. We don't
But
make.
beast energy, though.
Oh man, all that Shaman Beast synergy. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick higher. I mean, Naga Corsair is not unreal either. Like, we have 2 weapons for it. We have both Spirit Claws and Stormforge Axe. Like, that's not a unreasonable pick. But I kind of like Hired Gun more because of the missing spot in our curve.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Goliath, yeah, the crab, Naga Corsair gets like super owned by crab.
Well,
Ooh.
it doesn't get supremely owned by Crab because at least we got the benefit of the weapon bonus, you know?
Right. Well, it gets supremely owned by crab because your 4-drop got Necrotalled by a 2. But
Yeah, but we're just going to go ahead and kill the Crab with our now 3/4 Stormforge Axe. It's okay.
yeah.
Well, 3/3 Stormforge Axe.
So, Polluted Hoarder is nice. Bloodlust is here. Like, we could actually have a copy of Bloodlust in our deck. And
But also Nesting Rock.
yeah, also Nesting Rock. Abyss Hunter, that's a very odd statement. I've never seen a Shaman deck in my life that wasn't a Bloodlust deck.
Bloodlust is not... I don't think it's an auto-clued in every Shaman deck.
In Arena, I think it is. I
Probably.
in Constructed, I'll grant you that it's nowhere close to it. But like, I've never seen a Shaman deck in the Arena where I thought like I didn't want this card. Like, because even the control decks sometimes end up in those dumb board states where it's like I have 3 totems and a 2/1, like that sort of thing. The problem here is that Nesting Rock is actually like the best goddamn thing in the universe.
Yep, it's a big creature with taunt in Arena, which win
Yeah.
arenas.
We'll find Bloodlust later.
Is a basic card, so it should show up often.
Our curve is probably 1 guy per turn, but again, I don't think I've ever... speaking of Bloodlust, I also don't think I've seen a turn 5 Bloodlust for, like, ever. It's generally, like, a pretty late game. Anyway, this is Murloc. The other 2 cards are quite bad.
Yeah.
Volcano again. Oh, boy.
Oh, man, how many volcanoes is too many volcanoes?
Yeah, we got Lava Burst and Bomb Squad in here as well. Lava Burst is, like, good removal. Good for going face, too. Like, I've had...
Yes.
The thing's pretty good at just doing its damn job. And Bomb Squad is, like... It's kind of like a Lava Burst, but a little worse.
Yeah, so I think Lava Burst is the best card here.
Yeah,
personally.
we already have a Volcano. I'd like some face damage. Amani Berserker Oasis. Ah, I love the Flaily Oasis Snapdragon. Look at that. It's great. And then Razorfen Hunter. But Amani Berserker is good twos. I like good twos.
Mm-hmm.
Air Elemental, Ironforge Rifleman, Oasis Snapjaw. I think this actually needs to be Air Elementals for elemental counts. Also, the card's a good 1.
Yeah, it's a good 1, and if we don't want Servant of Kalimos to just be a 5-mana, what? It's a 5/5, 4/4?
4/5. It's a Yeti on plus. Like, the reason I'm fine with Servant of Kalimos is like I like it's a little under like the power curve at 5. Like,
That's fair.
so it doesn't really. It's not like super dead if you're not playing it with elementals off. It's just you're like off by 1 on mana. Anyway, Air Elemental's pretty cool. Can't be Mage Pinged, which is nice.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, the reason I like it is because it can't be Mage Pinged. That's literally it. You can still get it with like Rogue and Druid hero power, and like Paladin hero power does a good job against it. But yeah, the 7-mana 4/4 is awful with no elementals. I'm picking Jinyu Water Speaker here. This thing's real good. It's odd to me that Shaman gets some of the best healing in the game. It's really good stuff. This thing's huge. It's water elemental stat line. Ooh.
Yeah, jeez.
Hex.
Nice. That's indispensable. We need that.
Yeah, it's versus War Golem and Earthshock. Whatever. Let's go ahead and pick up a Hex. We don't have one yet. How we're not that deep on the elemental plan. I'm not picking a Magma Rager.
Oh God, yeah, no,
No,
absolutely
I'm
not.
not. We're not. Especially like there's Earthshock here. I like having a copy of a Silence in our deck, and I find the card pretty dang good anyway. Like there's enough Death Rattle things and like things I want to silence around to want Earthshock. So
Yeah,
Earthring Farseer, Stormcrack the next, and Pompous Thespian. Elven Archer's fine, but Elven Archer is something like I'd say like twice as bad as Earthshock. Like I it seems my opinion of Earthshock is way higher than everybody else's. I don't know.
I would value it particularly because it is the only source of silence in our deck.
Yeah, same.
Like, just ignore the one damage if you have to. It's still just a silencing card, you know?
Earthring Farseer versus Stormcrack. How many more Stormcracks are too many?
Probably two is enough at most, and going beyond that is too many, but two is fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stormcrack here. Lava Burst Devolve and Young Priestess. Ooh. Devolve is a strong piece of like being able to deal with some boards that just aren't answerable, and then sometimes the card does absolutely nothing.
Sometimes it does the opposite of nothing. It makes their boards much stronger.
Yeah, generally, like for Devolve to be good, you already have to be in a pretty like not great situation.
Yeah.
Um, Lava Burst here is also just the dependable dealing 5 more damage. I don't know how much more burst damage we need. Like how many more like. I probably want to pick minions for the next 4 picks, is I guess what I'm saying after this. I feel like we've got a lot of like this interactive pieces, but we need to be able to actually control a board.
Yeah, and on top of that, the only thing that we have that can affect more than one creature at a time is Volcano.
Right.
So, if people start to play even just those Murloc Tidehunters against us, we could eventually get owned.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Devolve for that. Ooh. Okay. Here's a real choice. Lotus Agents versus another Volcano. So,
I think the Lotus Agents.
yeah, like I really love these cards specifically, though. I think Lotus Agents is my. I don't know. Like I think my favorite's the Cabal one, just because like that one always
Yeah.
discovers a removal spell. But like
Lotus Agents is probably the worst of the bunch. Who cares? It's still a strong Discover card.
Yeah. Lotus Agents could be anything. It'd even be a volcano.
That is true. It could be a Volcano with the 5/3 attached to it. So, like, that's strictly better, right?
Ooh, Stonehill Defender is very strong in class. In class we have like the taunt discoverer. In class we have things such as Alakir the Wind Lord, Earth Elemental. I think Thing from Below is still in standard. There's
Yeah, because that's from Shadows or whatever it's called.
yeah, like that's good.
Whispers. That's it.
Yeah, that's good stuff, though. Stonehill is exactly the sort of thing I want. And our final pick is 3 bad cards, as I would expect purples to be.
Final pick is always 3 bad cards.
So, Scaled Nightmares, Fell Orc, Soul Fiend, and Farsight. Like, they're all pretty bad. Fell Orc technically is better than, like, a 3/3 in our deck because it could technically heal off of a healing totem. Farsight is pretty bad because it's a 3 mana card that it has an over 50% chance to
Just cost us 1 mana.
yeah, to cost us 1 mana or more. And
Yeah.
Scaled Nightmare is a card that I takes way too long to get going, but I think it's the pick anyway.
because it's literally our only thing over 5.
That's fine. We just discover things over 5 off of like our Stonehill Defender and our
Yeah.
Lotus Agents, and also Earth Elemental is like that's real ass top end. Like,
Yeah, that is true.
yeah, I think White Eye is standard as well. There's a, like I said, a lot of taunts are really good in Shaman. Paladin's the class that gets the best of it, like by far, far and away. Like that's the
Yeah.
easiest thing. But Shaman ain't no slouch for it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the little thing where I go ahead and make a little deck on the side, while people can place their bets on how they think this is gonna go.
Funnily enough, I think it's actually one of the in one of the classes where like you'd think you would benefit the most from it, warrior.
Uh huh.
Actually, one of the worst classes for it because there are just so many things in warrior that have taunt that aren't necessarily all that great.
Right, you dilute the pool. Like with
Yeah,
the strength of it in Paladin is
is that
specifically
there's not that many, and all of the ones that do have it are insanely good.
yeah. There's 4, I think.
Yeah,
I
and all 4 of those cards are backbreaking.
I'm pretty sure. Like yeah, like there's 3 legends and then the lawyer that gives divine shield, and that's your picks, and like all of them are really strong stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's like the power of it in that faction. In here we have a higher pool. Like we have a bigger pool for it with a like I want to say it's more than like 6 or 7 cards, but we also have a very high quality in that pool.
Yeah, for sure.
So all right,
So like it's probably pretty good in Druid too because it's just discover a tree.
yeah, I'll say probably just discovers a tree.
Although Druid has a lot of conditional taunt, so that it doesn't include those. I'm willing
Oh
to bet,
yeah, it doesn't get any of the shapeshifters that have
which is a
taunt.
shame because like Druid of the Claw is one of the best taunters too.
Yeah, like pretty far and away. Like those are all strong cards. There's the one that's Taz Dingo, but can be stealth. There's the one
Yeah,
that's uh Ancients of War.
yeah, it could be the 5/10 with
Yeah.
taunt. Hey, good list.
There we go. All right, did I get it? Okay, I got it. Had to make it fit. All right. I like what this deck has. I always like to frame the decks as like what they're weakest at, which this one's pretty obviously its ability to play in the late game.
Oh yeah,
Like we don't have a ton of top end. We do have some that's definitely again Earth Elemental's definitely a top end card, and a couple of our discovers can allow us to play top end. I think our early game control is far and away our strongest suit, with a lot of very good 2-drops and good removal to go with them. That can
right.
like Stormcrack can generally get more out of it than it's costing. Like we can generally get like a 3 or sometimes a 4 out of it if they play a Lost Tall Strider. Things like that. All right, so we're going to be fighting Angelus, the mage, who is probably going to, as the mage do these days, create something like 4 or 5 random spells throughout the game. Alright, I only really want to keep Eternal Sentinel in this hand.
That's fair.
I consider this card to have no text, so I don't care if I have to play it on 2, and if it does have text, that's a nice upside.
Yeah.
So... But yeah... I still find it funny that like the quests aren't available in the arena, as like some of them are just like dead easy for that class to be able to pull off in the arena.
Yeah, like Mage just playing cards that didn't start in the deck. That's really easy.
Right, or like
Or Hunters.
I was gonna say
Hunters is really easy.
hunters and warriors as well. Anyway, I'm going to
Yeah.
lead on the stealth here instead of the Eternal Sentinel.
I
Okay.
mean, sure, like Rogues is pretty hard in Arena, but
Yeah, rogues is definitely like a miss in the arena. You'd have to build some sort of. Would it be possible for a druid to build a deck that can't quest? That's a good question. Ooh, they got a secret off that. Strong. Alright, well, let's get Lotus Illusionists, and I'm gonna play board control right now. Because I want to use Lotus Illusionists as my big, thing here. I think they're gonna... When's this gonna be, like, Coin Secret? Okay.
Well, that just...
Oh,
it's
this
just
is
a 2-mana
really
2/2.
good. Alright.
Oh my god, yeah. Hell yeah.
Alright, let's consult, see how big we get. Nice upgrade!
Sure is.
Do we want to go into Earth? Or do we want to just go Fireflame Phoenix and take this out? Earth seems pretty good here.
Yeah.
Especially because we can counteract the downside next turn, play Eternal Sentinel and still have a 4.
Yeah, we could do that, and then we could play the Fireflame Phoenix, and we're, like, not wasting any mana whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is more mana efficient.
So the big thing here with Earth, too, is like, okay, yeah, oh no, I'm giving them, like, polymorph targets or what. No, like, I have 2 polymorph targets on play here. Oh boy, Earth Shock. Are they gonna polymorph me? Flame Geyser. Oh, wow. Somebody's digging deep. Oh my god.
Oh,
oh! No, it's fine. It's fine. We have Fireflame Phoenix.
That's right, okay.
So, let's unlock. Let's... I think we still Phoenix here, and, like, I just kind of have to ignore this, too.
Yeah.
So, let's go... I'm trying to think how I want to do this play best.
I think it's just bump the 6/6 into the Tara and then, like, Fire Plume the Slime. Or the 2/2, I guess, is... Technically speaking, the 2/2 could theoretically ever do something if we got it picked up for some right reason, so...
Right, let's go... This... Kill that. No, 6 our opponent. There's a reason behind me passing up on
the 1 point of damage?
The 1 point of damage. There's a reason for it.
Okay, fair enough.
It's specifically my opponent. Okay. Cool.
That's an empty turn.
That's an empty turn. Now we're just gonna kill our opponent, right? Like, I've got lethal? That was the other reason, is that we just have flat lethal. It's, oh, am I 1 short? Oh boy. Alright.
9, yeah, so 16, 19, yeah, we're 1 short.
That's fine by me. Ooh.
Okay.
Stone Sentinel for the next turn?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and put our opponent to 1 and see what they can do about it.
So we can recover pretty hard if they Flame Strike.
The Flame Strike doesn't matter in the slightest. Like, it's...
That's
like,
true.
I think worst case would be, what, them, like, just chaining Ice Block on me?
Okay, well, let's find out if they're doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, is that what we're seeing here, is chaining Ice Block on me?
They didn't even kill the Earth Elemental.
Let's...
Is Ice Barrier...
It's Ice Block. Alright.
The thing is about the Stone Sentinel, if it's like, if it's Mirror Entity, that's not that bad. Well, actually, because we're only getting one of the 2 taunters.
Yeah...
Test for...
I'm still fine with it. I'm just gonna pass. It's on them to stop my board.
Fair.
I'm assuming the other one's some sort of spell interaction. It wasn't minion interaction, it was... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the reason I passed up on the damage, that one damage a couple turns ago, was specifically to because the taunter's out front. I wanted to save health on the one back behind it in case they were holding some sort of like fireball, so that they would fireball. They would have to fireball the one that already has like health lost on it.
Yeah.
But I probably should have looked and realized I had a lethal threat if I'd gone the other route.
Yeah,
So
but of course,
I think
hindsight.
no, I don't even think hindsight, because that was something I could easily calculate on the spot. It's just I'd usually only do a lethal check at the start of a turn. I don't do the like checking. Well, actually that's a lie. I actually do set up lethal turns like that pretty often. It's just not on an opponent who's at like 30. It's a lot funnier when you're like, "What are you at?" "Oh, you're dead." Okay. That's my favorite question to ask people in the game of Magic, by the way.
Are you dead?
Like,
You might be dead.
What's your life total? And they're like, 19. Why are you asking? And you look at your 5 cards in hand, and you're like 8 lands, and you're like, yeah, this was fine. And then your opponent just falls over dead. It's great. There's very few feelings in the game of Magic that come close to it. I'm keeping a Money Berserker and nothing else in this hand. Fireflame Phoenix is probably like okay if I really wanted to keep that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just this immense feeling of like, oh wow, here we go when you get to do that. And here's a lot of 4s and things. All right,
2s and 4s.
2s and 4s.
That's arena, so it makes sense.
Ooh, strong card. Probably something I can just play a Money into and not care.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was actually thinking of doing the Murloc Tidehunter if we didn't have anything else on our opponent's board to deal with. But Murloc Tidehunter into that's very poor, because you're trading all like 2/3 of your card away for that one drop that didn't even get anything off the board. Oh, that's cool and irrelevant. Like they'll help.
That still dies.
Yeah, and I get the Spirit Claws to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see what they're going for. They're going for, like, you know, I kill the bird, and then the young priestess can kill back. And that's a good line. We just have the card that punishes it, so that's nice. Scavenging Hyena.
Oh, looks like we're rolling for a 1 in 4, or are you trying to just gonna play the Tidehunter or the Sentinel first?
I think I'm fine dice rolling on this turn.
Sure.
Because so the 2 that save us, actually, that are just fine, are Taunt. Actually, 3 and 4. The only one I don't care about is the 1/1, because the healing one means Amani doesn't trade. Taunt 1 means Amani can't die, and then we can play Infested Tauren. And
So it's still a 1 in 4. Just one of those 4s. It's 1 in 4 is bad for us.
right, so we actually have a lot of good things here. So the healing one is the one that keeps Amani alive. Which, again, all these are pretty good outcomes. I'm cool with that. Our opponent's been playing off-curve, by the way. They've played a 1-drop on 2 and a 2-drop on 3. Not great for them. Okay, Crackling Razor Maw is a good card. Very likely that they're going to be able to either kill flat or, like, trade with, yeah, the +1/+1. So I'm going to have to go ahead and use my, I'll have to go ahead and use the Claw to kill that, which is, again, fine. Ooh, Lotus Illusionist?
Sure, yeah. It's at 85. It'll survive on this board, no problem.
Yeah. And, like, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. They might have, again, like a second copy of this adapting, of the Crackling Razor Maw. This card's very good. Okay, get behind me.
Alright, Booty Babe Bodyguard.
Let's like them playing off curve. Could just play Lotus Agents, but Lotus Agents trades poorly on this board. This is a spot I would really like my silence. Nothing seems great here.
The Re-6 survives and also restores us up to 28.
I could, yeah, how about 3/6 and then just trade our weapon and our 3/5 into the booty bay? Like,
Sure. Yeah.
we'll go to 23 on the play, and we'll still have the best board, and I'll still have most of my interaction. I don't like Infested here. Like, they have too many good trades on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this route. I don't... And then, like, I could deal with the Overload next turn, like, with Eternal Sentinel if I want, but I can also play Lotus Agents as well. Like, the 5 mana is really fine on the next turn.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing on our deck that costs more than 5 is that dragon. So.
Yeah. And I probably wouldn't care to play it next turn if I drew... Well, actually would be okay playing it next turn if the board looks like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, right, that can grab out a faction. Right, because it's not a Discover.
Random.
Crap, that's bad.
That is a big creature.
Yeah. I think Infested plus Eternal Sentinel might be fine here. Obviously,
Probably.
In the other order, but... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is not great, but... And then I am going to throw this into it for some damage. I always have Volcano if the board just gets shredded this turn.
Yeah, if things go really, really sideways out of nowhere, we can just end the board and start over.
Right, which that might just be the answer for next if this gets that bad. That's
It is a good thing that Volcano only costs 5. It's like that's cheap enough in this game where you can actually restart your board after the Wrath.
Yep, and the Overload means you're not like super dead on the turn following it, which is some of the... Oh wow, they got that bad of... Okay,
Yeah, curious choice.
We might be restarting the board. Thank you. Well, now I'm not even certain I care to restart the board. Like, I'm not actually that far behind anymore.
We just have to get rid of that 4/7 really, and then we're good. Because we can kill the 3/2 with the Phoenix too, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So it would just leave them with the 4/7, but then we're not doing anything else but building our board back up.
No, I kind of like that line. Like, we go ahead and we play Phoenix to kill that 3/2. We use the 3/1 to kill off the poisonous Taunter, and then, like, what's our follow-up? Do we want Twisted Worgen or do we want Murloc Tidehunter there?
They're the same amount of power and basically the same amount of fragility.
I kind of like Tidehunter a little more for being a little more split. Like, so the reason here is, so if I play Twisted Worgen, and if I want to kill that 4/7, I would have to spend Phoenix plus, Phoenix, so I'd have to spend Phoenix plus the 2/2 plus, like, this, and that'd be 1 damage over.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play up the Murloc. And we put it in the middle so that Bite doesn't get us, and I'm not gonna trade into that. Again, if something goes sideways, we have the answer to the board, so...
Right.
I don't think they can produce that huge of a... That's fine? That's also fine?
Yeah, nothing here is actually all that threatening.
Yeah, how can I kill off this board the best?
Because I think we might be able to get a good amount of it if we factor in that the Abomination.
Yeah. So 4 into the Abomination leaves us with 6 into... That's not enough to kill the rock.
Yeah, we're 1 off.
We're 1 off killing the rock. And I can't, like, change the... Yeah, I can't change the math in any way. I get a Lotus Agents after the fact to see if I find something that changes it. That might be the right path.
Yeah, we might get something like Maelstrom Portal.
Yeah, let's do it that way. Maybe we get something off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and... So we run the 1/1 in here. These small fry get thrown into the Abomination. And then let's discover. I don't want that big-ass Taunter.
Yeah, it's just big and taunty.
Roll dice. Do not like my life total.
Oh yeah, this is a hunter.
We are going to 5 on this turn, and that's a really bad place to be.
And this is after we gained 6 at one point.
Yes, this is a poor place to be. It's again, a kill command leaves us dead. And even at 5, that taunter doesn't keep us alive too long because of hero power.
Rough.
That's bad. That's doubly bad. I think I have to volcano here.
I think so. Well, even with that, because, okay, we can Hex
4/7.
and then play the big taunter, but what secrets own us for that?
Not many.
Freezing is fine. Freezing will just mean we pick up our 1/1. That's not a big deal.
Right.
And all the other ones, Cat Trap getting set off from Hex wouldn't be the best.
Wouldn't be the worst either. Snipe can't happen. That's not in the arena anymore.
Yeah. Snipe was removed from the arena for being bad.
If Catch Rat happens, I could volcano instead.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. It was
Actually,
Skeptic.
do I care? Like, I have Dark Arakoa that beats those two. Like,
You might, yeah, you might be good. I don't know.
I only have 4 turns to win. I think I need to play this. Like, okay, this is 6 power. It doesn't kill this. The thing is, I have 4 turns to live to hero power, and I need to build board immediately or lose.
That's fair.
Like, yeah, okay, that stealther sucks. Like, that's not good for them to have on the board, but I don't have time anymore. That's a bit of an annoyance. It means I'm dead in... Oh, thank God.
I had a feeling they had a deadly
Oh!
shot. We are very lucky.
Shit. I'm dead on board.
So we play the thing that lets us survive,
Yeah.
which sucks because it's Volcano for 2 damage.
Yep, Volcano for 2, and then I have to...
We had to play just the Hog Riders at 5/5, I think, right?
I'm thinking if that wins us the game, if that's possible to win us the game, what top decks could we have that get us out of there? We need to be able to gain health and taunt. So we'd have to draw into... I think the Volcano is a necessary place. We do it first. Stonehill Defender into something that gains us life, or Finder's Keepers into something that taunts and gains us life is our way out. I could Hero Power plus Twisted Worgen to try to taunt off 2 of that damage.
That's fair.
That doesn't seem great either, but I'm gonna do that instead. Because if I taunt off 2 of that damage, I have like there are a lot less, like, I'm under at least a little bit less pressure.
Right.
And I'm trying to desperately to find out which way to win from here. We took too much damage for this game is the big thing. I'm sorry, are you going for my minion? Okay, no. I thought I saw the targeting. Okay, so we need to... It needs to be Stonehill Defender into... okay, that's not going to do it.
Okay. Well...
So.
Oh, played.
Yep.
I wonder if... Obviously, this is Heinz of 7. I'm wondering, maybe... Should we have pulled the trigger on that volcano earlier? Would that have helped at all? I don't know. I don't think so, honestly.
I think maybe on the Abomination turn we should have.
We might have been chasing,
I
think we
were chasing that too hard. We should have went with the Abomination kill plus our 3/4. Then we stabilized at something like 14 instead of 7 or whatever the hell we ended up at. 8, I think, is what we ended up at after a turn of that. Like, the
fact that we failed to kill that the 4/7 was the problem.
It didn't matter what we got off of. Like, once we missed on the... Like, we wanted something like Fan of Knives or Maelstrom Portal or Swipe or, like, some way to kill that, and we just could not find something like that. I think very easily, looking back at that, that was just the wrong choice.
Okay.
That's fine. Air Elemental and Stormforge Axe can stick around, and 4s and 5s cannot. So...
Sounds good.
Air Elemental should be pretty good here. If they play something I need to, like, trade up against with the... Ooh, Earth Shock here, too. I like that. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this opener. So, well, I'm not too happy with that top deck. I don't like this card at all against Priest. I love it when my 6 drops get Shadow Word Pained. It's great.
Yeah. Shadow Word Pained or Stolen after they do like 5 damage to it.
Yeah. So here's a cool thing. I can play Twisted Worgen here and not fear Potion of Madness.
Yeah.
Potion of Madness is generally the card that like lets the priest stabilize against a early board like this when they miss their 2.
Potion of Madness is such a strong card.
Yeah.
Like out of all the potions, one of the best.
Okay.
That's just a valueless spider tank. That's good.
Yep.
We could kill that with the axe and the air elemental.
Yeah, and then attack for 3, and then next turn we'll still have 3 for our Stonehill Defender.
Yeah.
I like that. And we break stealth, because there's no reason not to, like, keep pressure up here. I don't think this has any... Like, honest, most of the things that kill this, either A, I want them to Shadow Word Pain this, because then it doesn't Shadow Word Pain Scaled Nightmare, or B, it's something that already, like, they would have traded with. Okay, that's fine. We get to sort of 1-for-1 that with that, and we get to play our own copy of it more relevant. Honestly, maybe I just just axing into it, ask them to hero power. That's not too bad. That sets up Nesting Rock on the next turn. Like,
I don't have any opinions on plays here.
Okay, I know I'm going with Stonehill Defender. That's play 1. Hi.
Hi, how you doing, our best friend?
Our best buddy Earth Element. By the way, here's another really good taunter. But yeah, Earth Elemental seems pretty good. We can make that play next turn. So, if I want to chase Nesting Rock, I could not trade with this thing. But that greedy.
It's pretty greedy.
It's pretty greedy.
But how into greed are you?
I don't care about the taunt. We have enough taunt that actually the taunt might be a detriment on the damn card.
Yeah, fair.
Like, because...
Oh man, recursion. Hell yeah. Good choice, bud. Priest doesn't have that many in good, or any even, I think, good in-class taunt, so it makes sense that they would just go for recursion.
If you didn't have a way to kill this, then I have to assume you don't right now. Hopefully. I want to get this down as quick as possible, the Scaled Nightmare.
Yeah. It gets its benefits from being put down as early as possible.
Yeah, like next turn it just gets to take out the Stonehill Defender, and like the turn where it's on 4 power is its best turn. Nope.
Oh, dang.
Wow, that was like 3rd card in their hand. They've been waiting to play that? That's incredible. They have that much patience. Alright,
This is a pretty easy board to kill, I think.
I don't think do we spend time killing these things?
I guess just the 1/4, and then, I don't know, from there, just do whatever you want. Play your giant taunter.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking playing Nesting Rock first.
Yeah, that's fair. When I said giant taunter, that's actually what I meant. I didn't mean Earth Elemental.
Yeah. Because it just negates both these. And a 4/7's unstoppable. Like, what the hell's a priest supposed to do against a 4-power minion with that much toughness?
It's true. Against priests, 4 power is perfect, so...
Yeah. They haven't invented Shadow Word 4. Oh, okay. That does do what they want.
Well, we have an 8/5 now.
Right now we have an 8/5. I think
That's
this is
behind the wall still.
Yeah, I think we deploy the Earth Elemental here.
Earth Elemental, and if you so chose, you could also just force that thing out of the way with Stormcrack.
I think
kind of a poor use of Stormcrack, but...
I think I'm going to do it. So the reason I wanted to play this now is to overload them on threats for, Shadow Word.
Threat, too. We have it's lethal on board, no problem. Question.
Yeah, 16 plus 7 plus... Oh, they're going for broke and we're going to hex it, so that doesn't work. Unless it's so good. Okay, yeah. Excellent. Did my
Oh,
that...
did that say 8 or more?
Yeah, it goes 8 or more.
Oh, okay. That's a better card than I thought. I mean, not that, like, it's 8 summon a random 8 cost thing. I didn't know it was, it was pretty good to start with. I just thought I didn't know it was better than that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little surprised the Nightmare did something too. I really, like, I guess, like, basically we did a pretty good test for Shadow Word Pain, and they didn't have it.
Right.
Like, we knew they couldn't have it with, there was a very obvious turn where I think they would have taken a Shadow Word Pain, and they just didn't. So that means they would have had to have top deck it.
You asked for it.
Okay. I'm fine with a curve. Though Murloc Tidehunter ain't the best curve here. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of the rock and keep the 2 and the 3.
Sounds good.
And hope in 3 cards we draw a better 2 than Murloc Tidehunter. We have 1 card over 5 mana, and yet we end up with an 8/5 and a... Yeah. Told you, we have top end. We don't have a lot of obvious top end, but we have large threats. Are they gonna... What do we got here? I like them using the coin. I like that.
That's actually a good thing to play Murloc Tidehunter into. Yeah.
Right, like they can't break stealth next turn. If they break stealth, they don't get to kill Hired Gun. And their play is pretty obvious of, like... And also if they break... Like, yeah, they just can't break stealth here. What does that mean? We do. Is it worth just playing Hired Gun into it? Is that a little...
We could Totem and Finders Keepers.
I don't like Finders Keepers this early in the game. Like, I don't... That overloads us for us not to play our 4-drop. I like Totem.
Yeah, I figured that was almost okay because we still had the 3 in hand, even though we can't play it at the moment.
I'm fine toteming here. Ooh.
Alright.
Incentive.
Good totem.
Incentive for them to break stealth. Which I would like, because we can Spirit Claws. Sure, don't play Devolve. Got it. Really? Lotus actually looks pretty safe on this board.
Yeah.
They have to play something to break here. Like, they have to have 1 more point of damage to break down Lotus. And even then, like, that's their board. If they have, like, a way to kill off that Taunt Totem. So, this is gonna get something out of them. Sure. Okay, breaking stealth.
Okay, that's good. We can kill the 4/5 and we can still attack their face if we have to.
Yeah, so Spirit Claw, Stormcrack. Don't try to rely on a dice roll here. Just go for the Stormcrack flat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's a poor decision to try to go for the 1 and 4 for a chance of killing it without taking damage.
When we have
it guaranteed and we are at 29 life.
Yeah. Agreed. Alright, let's hope we get a 5/5 out of this. Honestly, I would like something like a 4/6 out of this. Give me like a decent body here. Or just Ogre. Sure. That's like the 6
Ogre's
drop, right?
fantastic.
Sweet.
That's the best result out of this, I think.
What about, I think... Yeah, I'm asking for removal. You need to give me real removal now. Thank you. You've handed over the removal. Oh, and they spent the thing because they didn't want to. We did not play an element the last turn. I think this is like dice rolling plus Hired Gun. That seems pretty simple. The dice roll's worth it because we can. Also, don't devolve into this board.
Absolutely not. Nothing here is devolvable. This is the least devolvable board of all time.
Yeah, this is like, please don't devolve this board. Okay,
Sure,
well,
give them two, like give them 2 raptors or whatever.
Yeah.
And also remove the downside of Bomb Squad.
And also give that +2/+2. Like, you
Yeah.
know, make it an Ogre Magi or something like that. Like, okay. That's super bad. Okay, we kind of want to draw... What do we want to draw here? I don't know. This might be like the rounds where I have to... Ooh, what do you have a thing that grabs? You do. Okay. We're going to get our damage off that, and they're going to probably either ping or throw away their... Yep.
That makes sense.
They're not going to ping. They're going to... Secret. Yep. That makes sense. Dice roll is still good, because dice roll's, like, on a hit, it's very powerful. Like, we get to take out, like, the 3-2. And then I go ahead and play Worgen Infiltrator, and then followed by Jinju Water Speaker. So,
Still holding the Founders Keepers in check, huh?
well, specifically on this turn, I don't like it, because I want to test for Mirror Entity with Worgen Infiltrator.
Yeah.
And I want to hero power for the claws. And then that leaves me with 4. And, like, Finders Keepers into that just doesn't seem, like, as good as just playing Jinju Water Speaker, you know?
Fair enough.
So, let's do these in order. First things first, do we win our dice roll? We do not. Second thing second, is that Mirror Entity? It is. Or it's Polymorph. Excellent. Third things third, let's put ourselves back at a reasonable life total. Alright. That went well. Opponent's board still not devolvable until this damn the Cellar Spider dies. That's
rough.
That's a good threat. It's a pretty good threat.
Does get turned off pretty hard by devolve if we have to do it, because it gets turned to something smaller.
Untargetable ogre. That's nice. I really want to play that on this turn. Okay.
Yeah.
This devolve probably makes it worse, because this is a untargetable Boulder Fist ogre.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it just gets stronger. Like, I don't think we can make it stronger. And this becomes a Wisp, this Worgen Infiltrator. So...
Yeah, so take out as much of his board as we can right now, so we can go for the dice roll as well.
Yep, so let's, we'll hit left. Do I want to dice roll first to see if yeah, I want to dice roll first here, because that'll...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, healing's good.
Yeah.
So we take out this, then we devolve. Sure. It lost its untargetability. That's fine.
Lost its untargetability and 1 point of toughness.
Yep.
That's okay.
And we're playing Air Elemental. Air Elemental's good here to turn off Servant. It can't be targeted by hero power. And I'm going to hold this Finders Keepers for as long as I can.
That Hemet deck with Molten Giant is hilarious.
It's really good.
I can't imagine that it actually works very often, but it's hilarious.
I think from watching like the videos on it, I think it's like a 40 or 30%. Like it ain't great, but it's also really great.
It's
that's not a card I care about. You have to ping me. Wow, flood the board. This is making Finders Keepers look a lot more palatable. Like, this is the point where we find Lightning Storm and our opponent disappears, you know? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, let's finally do that. So, Finders Keepers. Honestly,
I mean, Lightning Bolt kills Hemet.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, was Lightning Bolt just deals with that.
Yeah.
And then we can still play Servant of Kalimos and Hero Power.
We can still kill most of the board here.
Yeah. So let's grab the Bolt. Let's, do I want to play the Servant before or after I break this Volatile Elemental? Do I even want to break the Volatile Elemental? I probably do.
Yes. I think we do.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try and Totemic Call too to see if we can, because we can still do everything if we roll the dice as well.
I'm gonna do it in a funkier way here, where like we this. Sure, that's a big Wind Furier, Bolt, Hero Power. They got a random spell right there. They also have so many cards in hand. That's a big problem right now, is we need our threats to deal with a lot of... Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
They played... Oh, right, they played 2 elementals last turn.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great. That's actually the worst. That makes it extremely hard for me to want to play Stormwatcher into this board, but I don't think we have a choice but to try it.
Yeah. Like, if we don't do it, what's going to happen? The word is just going to keep on getting worse and worse for us.
Right.
So,
Like, there's a pretty bad downside to it if they actually have Mirror Entity, then Stormwatcher gets copied and we basically lose on the spot. But if I don't play Stormwatcher here, if I go for, like, Spiked Hog Rider plus Stormforge Axe, kill their 4/5, and try to go that route, I think we don't win.
yeah, it's
I don't...
play to the chance of winning versus playing the, like, likelihood that we'll lose.
Yeah.
And it's not Mirror Entity, so good.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start. Mirror Entity is the most common secret, by the way. We talk a lot about, like, oh, what secret would be? Mirror Entity is the one that I always think it is because that's a common. It's very, very likely to be Mirror Entity, if nothing else.
That activates. The Hog Rider activates.
Yeah.
We can take out both of the things on his board with it.
I like that. So, Hog.
Dies to ping, but whatever.
Nothing we can do. Oh, we could roll dice for that.
Yeah.
Is that seriously your... I did not realize that was your call-out, Stormwatcher. That rules. This call-out is just going Sonic Boom.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Let's roll the totem. Taunt totem.
Okay. Doesn't save it, but it's still a taunt totem.
Thought pretty heavily about going face with that.
Yeah, you were considering going face with it instead and leaving it behind the taunter.
Okay, that's strong.
Good choice. It's a good creature.
I'd love it if you don't ping this turn, please. Okay, there we go. Ping. I do not see us taking this game. Like,
what gets us out of it, right?
Well, like, we're not, well, you know, we have 21 life. Like, we got a long time to live, but the problem is, like, what are we doing in the meantime?
Well, Manatide Totem can help.
Yeah, let's roll totem. I'm kind of thinking I actually want to just kill off this 2/3 here to keep Monotide around.
Yeah, I agree with you, actually.
It sucks, but, like, Monotide is a way we get out of this with some card advantage. So I'm going to try and keep it around. Also, okay, Nesting Rock, that's a strong card to have. If we can draw things with that, of that nature, that's good. Like, it keeps the Monotide alive. Like if we have the Nesting Rock. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, and they got the good roll too. Damn.
Oh.
That is that's the good roll.
Because they can ping the Stoneclaw Totem and now kill the Manatide Totem.
That was also a really good play because we have Amani on the field. Like, that could easily have just gone like, okay, cool, Amani's dead, and then we get to kill from there. Oh, do they actually have... Oh, boy.
Oh, it didn't matter. They played that just for, like,
I was gonna say, it didn't matter at all. Okay, well... We kill Bomber. Ooh. That's good.
Yep. We get the rock, at least, to be on.
Right. What do I want to do here?
The play that I'm immediately thinking of is purely just, you know, Fire Plume Phoenix, kill the bomber, and then play the rock, and, like, I don't know. I can't see anything else to do with the axe. All attacks, other attacks with the axe are bad.
Yeah. So they have a really easy kill on this, which I think they'll take. They ping their own Amani, run it in, and then, like, use Water Elemental and then trade Phoenixes. They also could just use the Phoenix and then trade. You have Water Elemental go into the 3/3, and that leaves them with a 3/3 Water Elemental. Might be a little better. The secret sucks because at this point I think it's spell interaction, and that means, like, we don't have
Volcano.
Volcano's
It just
an
doesn't
off.
work.
Yeah, Volcano's an off draw, I bet. Or
That's
fucking
not
excuse
at our
me?
face. What? Why? Why did you not just throw that at our face?
What kind
Why?
of disrespect is this?
What the hell? I've got so much interaction. I'm just gonna throw this pyroblast at your bird.
Yeah, they're holding Pyroblast 2 here as the obvious answer. Like,
Yeah, pyroblast 2 or 2 fireballs or whatever. I don't know.
yeah. That's incredible. Like, again, the trade they could have made would have easily put us down to like a low, like started putting us down to a low life total where it would have been very powerful to just pyroblast us. Yeah, we're just dead on board because I didn't taunt totem. We were dead anyway because they're holding. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, when I realized like we were fighting the mage and we were down 3 cards on him and the board, like we're not winning from there.
Yeah, that's just not how fighting against mage works.
I'm blown away by pyroblast your minion. That doesn't happen.
We should have died a turn earlier because of that pyroblast.
Right?
They gave us an extra turn because they just wanted to show off how incredibly rich with the wealth of secret damage they were, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the amount of times I've had to use a pyroblast on a minion and have it not be a desperation play that doesn't matter is like 1%.
Yeah, 1 out of 100.
A literal 1%. Like, because pyroblast has 4 modes: dead in your hand, your opponent is at 10. You're pyroblasting a minion, but this means you lose the game because, like, it ain't gonna be enough because you're wasting a goddamn pyroblast doing it. Do I want to keep Stormcrack? Kind of want to draw into more actual too, so I don't think so.
Yeah. Like, nothing in our hand, aside from the hired gun, is something that we actually want to play early.
Right. And then
And even
then the fourth there is like oh boy, this is the pyroblast that actually matters on a minion to like get the kill in, but that's like the rarest goddamn thing in the world. Anyway, I'm
A
gonna
plus first 2 turns at least.
Yeah. Saving the coin to try to Earth Elemental if possible, because that sounds pretty dumb. Sure, you got it.
Same, bud.
I don't think I care here. Like, the trades are exactly the same no matter what I do, right?
Yep.
And even something like, yeah, the trades are exactly the same. Wow, my kingdom for a... Really? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Curious.
Because this actually is a different trade. Like, now I can do this, and probably, like, coin in an infested torrent, if I'm being honest with myself.
Yeah, that's...
Actually, and I think I still trade off with this. I kill this now, before they can pump it with some sort of, like, Hound Master. Like, they gave me the ability to kill this.
Yeah. And sure, they get 2 1/1s out of it, but those are just gonna bounce harmlessly off of the infested torrent.
Well, the thing is, if they have, again, Hound Master's the card I'm scared of there, and that's a common in class, in faction, higher chance of showing up. And if they
Yeah.
+2/+2 a Rat Pack with it, oh boy, you're in a bad place. You know, that's not a place you actually want to be. Monetide, eh?
Monetide totem against the thing that gets bigger when you draw cards.
Oh, that's a perfect play.
Man, actually, all of our plays are kind of bad into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Loot Hoarder in this. This is not good. In fact, it is bad. Oh, okay, taunts are right. You know, maybe we should draw some cards against... Oh boy, that needs to die. That is a card that basically always needs to die on sight, no matter what.
Yeah. Charge has become a really rare mechanic as time has gone on.
Yes, it has.
I understand why. The game has a problem with aggro being too powerful. So
Yeah.
charge being the most aggro mechanic. makes it go
Is this the
by wayside,
volcano?
but- see, I was actually thinking that we could Stormforge. Okay, we could get rid of the one left. We could not get rid of the other one.
Right.
We could Volcano here.
So you're thinking Stormforge in Axe plus... I don't want to take 6 against a Hunter, but...
We don't want to take 6 against the Hunter, and it would leave the Tundra Rhino alive, which is a bad idea.
Right, like...
Playing Volcano is the safest move here. Like, get your 2 damage on their face, and then you're good.
I don't like that it makes my next turn very poor, but... Like, because I guess my alternate would be, like, playing Earth Elemental, but they can kill it on board. Like...
Yeah.
Alright, let's just face for 2, you know. Specifically, it's because it's Tundra Rhino. Tundra Rhino scares me with what it can do. Like, they can, like, if I go for a... That's it. I was gonna say, they can go for a 6 Savannah Highmane, and it's like, what do you actually do about that?
Yeah, Savannah Highmane, it would be very scary if it had charge.
Yeah,
Especially since, it, like, okay, even if it dies, then all of a sudden the 2 hyenas also have charge.
Yep. We want Hex here. Almost makes me want to play Monotide to draw it off.
Just
it's like
play a 0-3 cycler.
Well, a 0-3 cycler that gains you 6 life.
That's fair.
I'm here with that. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's our turn here just sucks.
The other plays here are like Hero Power Stormforge or Stormcrack Stormforge, but Stormcrack Stormforge I really don't like. That's...
Only draw... Oh god, I got both. Dang.
Yeah, drew both.
Piss. Piss!
Oh, and they're good too. Oh no.
The other one's Jewel Macaw, and they didn't play it just because.
That's weird.
Did not kill that, yeah. Huh.
So...
Actually, with the Eternal Sentinel, overloading ourselves to hell is a good thing now.
Right. So... Stormforge, take out the bat, then play Earth Elemental? And then next turn we just we fix up?
Sure, go ahead.
Because I don't like playing this Earth Elemental and leaving the bat around, because that's too easy of a kill.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way, on Earth Elemental, and then next turn we fix the fact that we're, like, hyper overloaded. You know, I play this and we gain 2 mana crystals. Nice! There it is. That's the card I was digging for, by the way, is the Hex to deal with this goddamn Savannah Highmane. It's a little late now, but...
None.
Oh.
Okay, no it's not.
No, it's not. Also, oh.
Also, congratulations on getting one of the best
Dang.
legendaries in the arena flat these
I was gonna
days.
say, that one's the legend I am always behind. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Sentinel...
Play.
Hex...
Wow, jeez.
And then...
The Black Knight proper just showed up.
Yep. Not a lot to do about that, is there? Probably play Stonehill Defender.
Yeah, sure, why not? They play a second Black Knight. Well, thing from below... How many totems have we summoned?
I think 1 or 2. I think it's 4 or 5. I can't go far back enough to look at that, and I haven't been counting, and it doesn't show right here. I think it's low enough that that's the pick.
Yeah, I think it's better than the other two, because...
Yeah, 4. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna kill this. Here's the problem. We're on, like, 7 here.
Yep.
Again, here's the actual... Nope, okay, that's fine. We only have 1 charge of it left. On the hunt, which means I can use the 3/5 to kill it instead of the Black Knight, and we go to 6 instead.
We might want to Finders Keepers for the gain 6 Deuter at some point, but...
Yeah, do we have... I think that might just have to be the play here, because so I want to Stormcrack this, I want to kill this, I want to do too much on this turn.
Yeah.
Let's Finders Keepers first. That ain't great.
Okay. That's... Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt can deal with a little bit that he's got. Not much.
I think, okay, this is really funky, but I think this is one of the points where I need to roll totems to win.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I need to pick the Lightning Bolt, then roll spell damage, bolt the 3/4, stormcrack the 4/5, run into this thing, and then put up the thing from below because we have the mana to do all of that in that one turn.
Okay, then let's try it.
And if that doesn't work, I do
We
this.
lose.
No, it's fine. I have a backup plan for if it doesn't work.
All right.
So if it doesn't work, then we do the same looking thing, except for slightly adjusted.
They keep the 3/2.
They keep the
the
3/2.
change.
Right, and we still have the taunter, and we have too much taunt for them to, like, go around right now, which is nice. I want to play Lotus Agents next turn if I can. That's bad.
That is quite bad.
That's not good. Oh, do you actually have a kill spell for my... Okay, Shard. That was kind of the card I thought it was, because they didn't play it immediately. And, like, if you're not playing it immediately... Okay, another Stormcrack. Okay, we're still dead. I think we need to discover something, but what can we discover that gets us out of this?
Something that costs 2 that kills most of their board.
This is dumb, but I think Moonfire does.
That's fantastic.
Uh-huh. Shadow Steps like a rebuy on it. We're dead, by the way.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do from here.
So, because they use the 5/5 to kill off our minion, and then they hero power plus this.
Yeah.
I think, because we can't attack with this, so...
There it was at the very last moment.
Yep. Nuts.
Ready, sir.
See, last time with the Warlock thing,
Uh-huh.
this is how I was expecting that draft to go.
Oh, to just get, like, run down like this?
Yeah, because I considered the curve bad, even though it's relatively similar. This is how I expected that one to go.
Yeah.
But then it didn't. It went 12-2.
That's fine. I think one of the things we had a lot of trouble with was actually dealing with, like, medium-sized minions.
Yeah.
I really like Forager. Anyway, there's some more dust. I think that's flat dust.
Probably.
So there's no... Normally, this is a point where I would, like, be like, alright, we can show off the Tavern Brawl, and be like, it'll be, you know, alright, that'll be a good thing to end it on. The Tavern Brawl this week is the Heroic Tavern Brawl, and doubly much, it's the Wild Heroic Tavern Brawl, which means, like, not only am I not playing it, I'm double not playing it. So
On top of that, I bet doubly people in general just aren't playing it.
I have no idea what the number of people are. I just, I don't know. The heroic brawls don't really interest me because I'm not a constructed player.
Yeah.
Like I could play, I could bring in a deck I have to it. Like, you know, I've got a couple decks that I could bring to it, but I don't want to throw 1,000 gold at it. So
Yeah, I don't really understand throwing 1,000 gold at this either. It doesn't seem like it's worth it at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't intrigue me at all. So I like how it doesn't say it's wild on that screen. Yeah, let me go in and hit I understand. Yeah, Heroic Brawl wild. That's where it shows off that it's a wild Tavern Brawl. But yeah, I have no interest in playing in it though.
I'm kind of confused if this is considered a Tavern Brawl, because it's the exact opposite of every other Tavern Brawl.
I have no answer to that. Like, there's a ton of, like, theories why it's not in its own little spot. But I think the quickest answer to it is, like, the amount of time it would take to put into like making a button for it on like somewhere so that it isn't taking up the Tavern Brawl spot is something the dev team doesn't consider worth their time, or would be too difficult.
That's fair.
Or they don't think that it would fit in with the design and people wouldn't notice it, or they don't want to have it as a weekly thing. You know, there's a number of reasons I can think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the Tavern Brawl because they don't have a button for it in any other way. But yeah, all right. Kind of had a little higher hopes for that one, but that's okay. It's fine to take a. You always have to have drafts like that to make up for the 12 and 2 warlocks that we do.
Yeah. Sometimes instead of tearing your opponents to bits with many, many, many imps, you are the one who gets destroyed by imps. Mm-hmm. We didn't even fight a single warlock, so it doesn't count. But still.
We lost to a bunch of hunters, which like with what Hunter has from the newest expansion stuff, I think they're in a decent spot in the arena for being the best aggressive style deck. Paladin's also in a very good spot. But like they specifically have it because it's very like a lot of the neutral cards are beasts in the set. Yeah. And then of course they have all their beast synergy, so this is the easiest time like for beast synergy to function as a hunter than it's ever been. Like
which is kind of incredible considering like beast synergy was Hunter's thing in the base set, and it was not as easy in the base set as it is now.
Right. Well, again, in the base set, like a lot of your neutral cards weren't going to be beasts, or if they were, they weren't very good. But here, even the neutral cards that you want are beasts. The things like the 2-drop that's poisonous, or the nesting rock, or like there's just a lot of these very powerful beast cards. And then they have their beast synergy commons that are like not only cards they also want, but they're very powerful. Like the adapter is the one I'm thinking of there, but they're in a good spot. I want to, I want to see what the next options are for when I do this later to see if that's maybe something I can. Okay, that is something I can do on the next one and see how the hunter plays. Not tonight, of course. I think I've been streaming for something like 7 hours today, so
that's fair.
I am done for the day, and tomorrow I probably won't be doing anything because I'll be doing other people's streams, much like you will with Blood.
Oh yeah, of course.
Tomorrow's Blood's Day. AKA Tuesday. So,
Blood Tuesday.
The Blood Tuesday. All right. Well, thank you for joining MightyDicktron on this adventure.
Sure thing.
And thank you, everybody in the zoo. Hope you all had a great time. Yeah. We'll see you another time. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good one.